Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So listen, in this video, I want to talk about the three personalities of a stock, all right? I want to try to continue to make this as simple as possible. I remember when I was learning how to trade, I had to hear the same thing five different ways for it to really stick, right? So I want to continue to help you guys, right? Whether you new, you intermediate, you just started, you ain't even got an account yet, right? I want to help you understand stocks, stock market, how they move and stuff like that, right? So before we get started, here's what I want to say too, man. If you made money with me, with Marcel, with the Prosperity Collective this week, man, drop it in the comments, right? So this week was absolutely phenomenal. It was a legendary, life-changing week for a lot of people, right? So we're going to get into the video, but I want to say, man, if you in a PC, drop it in the comments, right? If you want, make some money with us, all right? So three personalities of a stock. I'm going to simplify this for you guys, all right? So the first personality we're going to talk about, right? I want you to think about every stock as an individual person, an individual entity, right? Stocks have personalities. They do. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of trading indexes, because if I'm trading an index like the SPY, like the IWM, you got to understand that these indexes are holding multiple companies. So if an index is holding, let's say the SPY is holding the top 500 companies, right, on the New York Stock Exchange, what that means is I look at that as like a schizophrenic person, right, or a crazy person, real irrational. You don't know what you're gonna get. Why is it? Simply because with the SPY holding 500 companies, that's multiple personalities. So you don't know. A couple stocks, the biggest stocks inside of that have the biggest weight of the SPY could be feeling bad today, and then the SPY could drop, right? And then later on in the day, they could be feeling better and it could go up. So the indexes is like dealing with a person with schizophrenia, right? It's real crazy. You don't know what you're gonna get, right? And then you got other types of personalities, right? An individual stock, you're only dealing with one person, right? So it's a lot easier to manage and make money with just one person rather than a company that is holding, 500. I know people be making a lot of money with the SPY, but this is just another way to look at it. So me personally, I like trading individual stocks over indexes. Some people will tell you, learn how to trade the SPY first. That's not me, right? I like trading individual stocks because I feel like they're a lot easier to understand and to read their movement, right? So now that we got that understood, what are the three different personality types of a stock? First one, you got the type of personality that's excited, right? They're going in a direction, right? And what is that direction? They go into the upside, right? So these stocks, they going up, they pumping, right? Think about going to the gym, you getting your pump in, right? You getting your pump in, right? You pumping it up, you going up. Now another personality is the sad person who always got some negative stuff to say, right? What is that? We call that bearish. That means that the stock is going down, right? And then you got the indecisive type of personality, right? The indecisive type of personality represents consolidation, right? I want you guys to understand stocks do nothing but the same thing every day, right? So you got the positive stocks, right? They feeling positive this week, they gonna go up. They feeling positive today, they gonna go up. We're gonna have a bullish day. They feeling sad and depressed, right? They feeling mad, they going down. They feeling negative, they going to the downside. And then you got the stocks that's feeling indecisive. I don't know how I feel today, right? I just got finished running a mile. I made a whole bunch of people a whole bunch of money. I just went on a crazy run. I went from $100 to $120 in a week. I'm tired. I don't know what I want to do right now, right? What does that represent? Consolidation, right? So after a big run up, the stock just might be trying to get a rest. That's what consolidation is. And they'd be like, man, you know what? I feel like running again, right? So let me go on another run after it took a break. So consolidation, right, is usually gearing up for a big move, right? A big, big, big move. And that's why I love the strat method, because the strat method shows you what the candles are. It shows you the directional candles and it shows you the consolidation candles. Those candles will tell you what you need to know about the stock, about its direction, about where it's getting ready to go. You just got to trust it. All right. So those are like the three personalities of stocks, right? Now, also next, now that we understand the personalities, I want you to understand that these stocks do nothing different, right? All a stock is going to do is, once you understand support and resistance and levels, a stock going to go up. If it can't get higher, it's going to come right back down to where it went to, where it came from. It's going to come back down there. It may come a little bit lower. It's going to try to go up again, right? If it could go above where it just went through, that's breaking resistance. It's going to go up to the next range. So you got ranges, you got support, you got resistance, and you got it just ping-ponging, right? It just ping-ponging. And once it decides, based on price action is how you know what's going to happen, that's when you know the direction, right? So let's look at a couple examples real quick. All right, I want to drive this home. So always understand, stocks don't do nothing. So we're going to go to a smaller time frame, right? So that you could guys see this on a daily basis, right? So a good example, I rinsed and repeated Lyft a couple times this week, right? This week alone. But let's go here and let me show you guys what happened, right? So this is, all right. So we got RGTI right here. They went absolutely crazy this week, last week as well, but we ain't gonna look at them. Let's go look at Lyft real quick. All right, so look at them. So this week, this month, well, last month they went crazy, but this week they're kind of chilling right now. Let's look on the daily, right? Let's go to the 30-minute time frame actually. All right, so look at this. This is what I mean about, it ping-ponging, right? So right here, we got a level, okay? We got 23 bucks, right? We got 23 bucks right here. And then we got a level right here, okay, of like 21.50. All right, so let's look at it. So Lyft, right? This is all it's been doing. So look, it finally came up here, right? So Lyft finally broke above here, right? Broke above here. So look what it did. Finally broke above here, right? And then it came up here and it rejected. But now look, now we established a range, right? So this is going to be a range right here. All right. And this range, what is the range, Isaiah? The range is right here, right? Just look. It hasn't gone too far out of the range to the upside or to the downside, right? So this is the range. So stocks don't do anything but the same thing every single day, every other day, right? So it's here, came down, rejected, came right back down to support, right? And then look, came right back up, came right back down, created a double bottom, blasted off, right? Look what happened the next day. Came up here, rejected off of resistance, came back down, right? Tried to come up again, couldn't do it, came right back down, right? And then look, came down lower, came right back to support. Next day came to support some more. It held around support and was kicking it over there. And then look what it did. It started to come back up here, right? Rejected right here, boom, came right back down. Then it was hanging around the support level for how long? 3 days, right? Or 2 days? 2, 3 days, right? And then look what happened yesterday afternoon. Blasted off, okay? Now it tried to come right back up, rejected. Now it's right back down, all right? So this represents multiple personalities of a stock within, what, a 10-day period, right? Stocks are going to go up when it's feeling happy, right? So look, boom, right? So it was feeling happy right here, got some news, went up. It got rejected, got sad, came down, consolidated a little bit, was a little indecisive, had to process it. Came up here, rejected, Came right back down because it was sad it got rejected, right? And then it tried to make its way back up. All right, it was feeling a little bit better, feeling more positive off of this double bottom. Came up. All right, cool. Got rejected, sad. Tried, it was feeling hopeful. Tried to come right back up, rejected again, felt sad, came down, came down, came down. It was real sad, right? And then it was like, you know what? Let me try this again. Came right back up, right? Was feeling hopeful. Went up, gapped up. Next morning, market opens, boom, came right back down. Got sad again. And it was so sad this time and undecisive, it almost came lower, right? It almost came lower, and it was just hovering around support for a couple days straight. And then it got the courage and it got the excitement to say, you know what? I'm going to go up. Came up right here, right? And now it opened up next day up here and then it rejected. So it's right back down to being sad. If it gets too sad and it can't find anything to support it, it will do what? It will end up losing support and it will end up dropping right here, right? To the downside, right? And when we look at the daily time frame, we have a gap to fill all the way to $20.23 if it does come that low. Now on the daily time frame, as you can see, it's been consolidating right here. So it's been real indecisive when we zoom out, right? So you have smaller time frames where you can see if it was happy, if it was sad, if it was indecisive, but you could also zoom out and see the same exact thing on a higher time frame to dictate what the stock is really going to do and what direction that the stock is going to go to. All right. So listen, y'all, this is all about simplification here, right? The market can be very confusing in the beginning, even when you've been doing it for a little bit. You could be trading for 8 months and still be super confused, right? But the key is to simplify this. So you got to learn what your language is, right? What's your language? What language do you speak? And then you have to have that type of thing, those type of examples be communicated to you so that it can stick, right? That's why I don't just talk in one way, right? I try to give you examples from different types of ways because that's what's going to help it stick for you. Today we're talking about personalities, right? So understand stocks are always going to do the same thing. So if you see a stock and you know what the support is, you can get in that support and you can just ride it right back up to resistance, right? And then all you do is you just keep doing that. You keep doing it over and over and over again. Over and over. The same way we get laundry, right? We wear the same undershirts. We just keep throwing it in the washing machine, putting it in the dryer, right? Making sure it's clean, and we do it all over again. So you could get in that support. You could ride it up to resistance. You could take profits at resistance. It come right back down to support. You could get in that support again and ride it up to resistance. The next time you could get in that resistance and ride it down to support, right? If you don't feel like getting in the puts, that's fine. If you don't feel like getting the calls, that's fine. Choose a direction, master it, and make this money. All right? So I hope that video helped and I hope that it made sense. All right? Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? And also I want y'all to remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? Y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to see you guys on tomorrow's video. Y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.